Good morning friends. Today in this session of e-learning we shall be discussing a very important member of fungus that belongs to Myxomycetes, and the name of this member is Stibonitis. Now friends, this is a member which is having characters of two different kingdoms together. One is animal-like behavior and another is plant-like behavior.
So,
These members are called as slime molds, and according to Guy Barry, these plants which exhibits animal-like characters were placed in a special group and were named as Mycetozoa. Their somatic body is amoeba-like, known as Plasmodium. The systematic position of Stibonitis is like this: Mycota, Myxomycotina, Myxomycetes, Stibonitates, Stibonitaceae, Stibonitis, and about 18 species of Stibonitis are found. One of them I have written here, Stibonitis fusca. This class Myxomycetes was first of all given by McBride in 1899. Friends, Stibonitis is cosmopolitan in distribution. It is found worldwide except in Antarctica. Around 18 species of it are present, and it exhibits a large diversity in its somatic structures. The somatic structure, which is known as Plasmodium, has got a gelatinous sheath followed by plasma membrane, cytoplasm inside, some portion gelatinous and some portion protoplasmic. Multinuclear condition is present. Sometimes uninuclear condition is also there. Vacuoles are present, granules, and pigments are present. Now these pigments, they give a characteristic color to the Plasmodium. It may be white, it may be yellow, it may be of various colors. The shape and size of Plasmodium is not fixed. It creeps like this on the surface. The Stibonitis is found on rotting woods, and there is no cell wall, which is a typical character of plants. The sheath which is present around it, it sheds off when it creeps on the surfaces. Some portion, as I told you, is fluid-like and some of it becomes gelatinous. The rate of flow is different in different members. For example, in one of the members, Physarum, the speed of the member is 1.35 millimeter per second, and the direction of this protoplasmic flow is reversible. Now, regarding the Plasmodium of the Myxomycetes, there are three types of Plasmodium which are present: Protoplasmodium, Aphanoplasmodium, and Phaneroplasmodium. Our member, that is Stibonitis, it exhibits Aphanoplasmodium type of thallus. The Protoplasmodium is microscopic and it remains as such throughout the life. It doesn't bear any veins and it shows very slow, irregular streaming movements. Example is Echinostelium. Coming to the next, that is Aphanoplasmodium. Our member Stibonitis belongs to this category. It resembles Protoplasmodium initially, but later on it becomes elongated, and a network of fine thread-like transparent strands, veins appears, the veins are not so differentiated, but this member, it shows rapid streaming movement, like our member is Streamonitis and other member is Cometrica. Now coming to the third, which is known as Phaneroplasmodium thallus. It also initially resembles like proto, but soon it becomes very larger and massive. The protoplasm becomes granular. The veins you can see here, they are very clear and prominent. They can be easily distinguished. And example is Physarum. Now you may see a picture of Phaneroplasmodium here. Now, as I told you that pigments, they give color, a typical color to the thallus, like it may be white, grey, yellow, orange. There are so many colors that pigments impart to these members. Now, these pigments are photoreceptors and these require light for sporulation. Now, there is a special process in these members which is known as coalescence, and as the name indicates, here the fusion of plasmodia takes place. One plasmodia, it fuses with another plasmodia or with zygote or the same strain, and then they increase in size. This union is always somatic, and this is not followed by nuclear division. Now, coming to the next aspect of this member, that is life cycle. Now, in unfavorable conditions, the entire plasmodium, it gets converted into a special structure known as sclerotium. The sclerotium is thick-walled and it remains dormant for a long time. The size of it varies from 10 to 25 micrometers and it may contain up to 40 nuclei. These sclerotia converts again into plasmodium when the favorable conditions appears. In certain other members like Physarum, the sclerotia contains a number of very small cells which are known as macrocysts and also spherules. Now coming to the next aspect of life cycle, that is sexual reproduction in Streamonitis. When the conditions are favorable, the thallus, it undergoes sporulation and there are formation of structures like this, finally giving rise to this type of structure known as sporophores. The sporophores, they look like this. They consist of a hypothalamus, a stalk, wall which is known as peridium, and inside it a columella and capillum. Now here in this diagram, this hypothalamus, which is secreted by plasmodia, it is calcareous, it may be calcareous in nature, and it forms the base of this fruiting body, sporophore. This stalk, it is present in stalk or style. It is present in case of Streamonitis, but in some cases it is absent. It may be hollow or it may be solid. The peridium is a thin, delicate, tough ball which may be calcareous or proteinaceous in nature. Now coming to the extension of this stalk, it is called as columella, and around this columella is present capillum, which encloses a number of spores formed after meiosis. This capillitium, it helps in the dissemination of the spores. The spores, as you can see, they are released from this. The spores are globose, thick-walled, spiny, warty, reticulate or smooth-walled. Their wall may be made up of cellulose and chitin. It is made up of at least 2 layers. Mature spores, they have a nucleus with nuclear membrane, nucleolus, Golgi body, centrioles. The color of this spore is different in different members. It may be white, it may be yellow, it may be orange, it may be of so many colors. The spore germination, it is dependent on a number of factors like water, pH, temperature. Some spores, they may germinate in 15 minutes or they may take up to 14 days for germination. Now, the germination of the spores, it depends again on the environmental conditions. If there is enough quantity of moisture, then these spores germinate and make special cells which are known as swarm cells. And if there is less water, then they form structures known as mixed amoeba. The swarm cells and mixed amoeba are interconvertible with each other. These are flagellated structures and they swim in water. They fuse by their ends, thereby producing a 2N zygote. This mixed amoeba, it also divides by asexual method by a simple division, making its 2 copies, which may divide further by mitosis. 2 mixed amoeba plus and minus strain, opposite strain mixed amoeba, they fuse with each other, giving rise to a 2N zygote. In this member, one thing is important, and that is a critical mass is must for the fusion of 2 compatible cells, because it has been observed in cultures that until and unless a critical mass is attained by these individual cells, the fusion doesn't take place. After fusion, there is formation of a zygote, 2N in nature. Now it divides by mitotic divisions to make first young plasmodium. Young plasmodium then gradually grows and develops into a mature plasmodium. The structure of this mature plasmodium we have discussed earlier. This member, it grows by eating by a very unique method normally shown by animals, phagocytosis. Friends, concluding with this lecture, what we have studied in this lecture is that this member Steamonitis of class Myxomycetes, it exhibits characters of 2 entirely different kingdoms, animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Animal-like behavior is shown by its habit and its physiology, whereas plant-like behavior is shown by its mode of sexual reproduction. It reproduces by means of spores. And because of this unique nature, it has been placed in Mycetozoa by G. Perry in 1887, who strongly believed that they originated from individual independent living bacteria-like organisms. He was further supported by Basse and Olive. According to McBride, These members, they belong to class Myxomycetes, Myxo slime, and Mycetes mushroom. And according to Martin 1961, these organisms, they have protozoa-like ancestors, and because of this, these members have been placed in subdivision Myxopygotina. These members are the first member of your course, and they show a connecting link type relationship between animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Thank you.